All right, welcome to Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News. No Scott Allen tonight. Scott couldn't make it. He had a little emergency. He couldn't be here tonight. Hopefully, Connor Waltrip will be here in a few minutes. He said he was coming, but I ain't seen him yet. But anyway, want to thank our sponsors before we get started here. Speaking of Hunter Waltrip, Waltrip Power Washing Solutions, we appreciate their helping us out this year. Turn 2 Synthetics. The show is presented by Gen X. We appreciate all the guys over at Gen X. They come over and have come on board this year and made a big difference for us. And we're really happy about that. They also part of our driver of the week. Also, GRIER and Associates with Mean Dean's Automotive out of Moyock, North Carolina. And I said it right this time, so nobody can jump in my case. Safety Clean. They're one of Scott's sponsors. Not really one of our big sponsors here, but one of Scott's on his race car. Performance Plus Motor Oil. Want to thank Bill and Chuck and Terry and everybody here at Langley Speedway for all they do for us and allowing us to do the show here. Want to thank them. Bonduran't Brothers Distillery. We're glad to have them on. Robert Bondurant and all those people down at Chase City. They do a great job for us, and hopefully I'm gonna get down there real soon and get some more moonshine and bring back. I'm not gonna let you have none. Okay, you're too young. Mayhem Management, Erin and her group over there at Mayhem Management. We appreciate them being on board with us this year. MPM Marketing, Tanya McAllister down at in North Carolina. They have the driver advancement, driver promotion, and graphics design program. They do press releases, marketing materials, and social media and more for all the drivers they have under there. And they're also part of the Cars Tour Rookie of the Race. Black Acid Racing Apparel. And I want to thank Bill Petroff and Jessica. This past week, they sent us a bunch of stuff this past week, and I really appreciate it. I haven't even got through it all yet. But I really do appreciate everything they've done for us. Slinger Speed Co., another apparel company. They've helped us out with the odds and ends stuff this year, and we really appreciate that. VA 811, Brian Morehouse, and all the people at 811, call before you dig. I said that pretty good too, Brian. Don't get excited. Factory Canopies and Fluid Logic. And we really appreciate that. They came on board. They gave us all the chairs. They gave us the table covers. They gave us a bunch of them. Gave us a big old tent too. So hopefully we can get all that and be able to put that to use real soon. Our meal every Tuesday night presented by Papa John's Pizza, Hampton Roads Papa John's. Guillermo Amaya and the GAC LLC Enterprises down in Greensboro, North Carolina. We want to thank them. They've been with us for a long time, and we really appreciate their being a part of our show and being here with us. So I want to thank you. All right, let's do some news real quick. Maybe Hunter Waltrip will show up someday because he ain't going to be in the news. In the Cup Series this past weekend, down at Darlington, South Carolina, throwback weekend. Did y'all watch the throwback races this weekend? Did you see them?
I saw a little bit of it.
Oh, there was some. I mean, those cars were unbelievable. How some of them looked. I really realized how old I was when I started seeing some of those cars. I'm thinking, I remember some of these.
He said pulling in there.
In the Xfinity Series, Kyle Larson got the win. Truck Series, Christian Eckes got the win, and we won Bill McAnally and his group down there. Bill's a good friend of mine, and we really appreciate all he's done for us. And I know it was a big deal to have Christian get his second win of the season. In the ARCA East, Luke Finhouse got the win. Down at Florence, South Carolina, this past weekend, in the late models, was Ryan Glinsky. In the super trucks was Storm Altman. And in the Bandoleros, Brexton Bush. Have you had fun? Have you had to race? Have you raced him yet in the bandos? All right. I'll give you $5 if you wreck him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't take it serious. At Carteret's, in the late models, Kenneth Mercer got the win in race number 1. Ethan Johnson got the race in race number 2. The Legends was won by Brenton Irving. Down at New River All-American Speedway, late model race. Both races were won by T.J. Barron. Up at South Boston, limited the late models. Race number 1, Carter Langley. Race number 2, Peyton Sellers. At Tri-County this past weekend, late model race number 1 was Kate Brown, and late model race number 2 was Mike Looney. Down at Halifax, on the dirt, in the pure stock Super 8, or V8, I guess is what they call, Eddie Woodruff got the win. In the late models, Michael Rouse. Super Streets, Justin Kidd. Pure 4 cylinders were Dustin O'Neill, and the Super 4 cylinders was Cody Keith. Down at Bowman Gray, Jason Myers got his first win of the season in the modifieds. Sportsman race number 1 was Michael Adams. Sportsman race number 2 was Amber Lynn. I think that's her first win of the season this year. So that's a pretty big deal to get the her first win. She's done a lot of limited late model racing, I understand too. In the Virginia Sprints at Dixieland Speedway, race number 1, CJ Faison, and then the All-Stars, Brent Robinson got the win. So that's our news for tonight. You got to go under.
Hey, you're really dark on camera.
I know, it's going to be like that until the sun goes
Really?
down. Yes. I've tried to do it. Scott and I both have had problems with that. Yes, we're Phantom of the Opera tonight. I guess you can call it. All right, look who just joined us. Finally decided to show up.
Well, I was helping them skin the whale to make your shirt.
Smart aleck. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. This one's for Jack whenever, or Scott.
Oh,
So do as you wish.
thank you. All
I
right.
tried it. It's very comfortable. I slept in it last night.
Here's something else. Anyway, all right. We have Bandolero driver extraordinaire Addison Schumann with us. So, how's your season going? I know you got a big win at Dominion. So, how's everything else going? She needs somebody to dissect that for us.
It's been okay.
It has been okay. Was that your first win up there at Dominion? So how was that to get a win? That's like winning at home, being at Dominion.
Where else have you won at? It's gonna be a good show.
Yeah. Come on, you got to speak up now. You got to.
You're all right.
I don't remember.
Don't be scared of Hunter. He's not that. He just looks that way. He's not scary. Now, Hunter's one of my favorite people because he's a race car driver and a comedian.
I only pay you $10 a month to say that, so you use it wisely.
So I thought that was pretty cool, being you're a comedian and that. So what do you like to do other than racing?
Sleep.
And I can tell. Your mom said you slept all the way here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So that's pretty rough when you have to sleep all that way here. So you should be rested and full of energy.
Nope.
Probably still asleep, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start racing?
2021.
So what got you started in racing? Why did you decide you wanted to be in racing?
Because my brother and my dad did it, and I don't know, when I was little, I said I would put my brother in a wall.
Have you done it? You ain't had a chance to do that, have you?
No, he's like 21. He's a rugby is.
Well, if you get that limited, you might have a chance to, maybe Dad will get 2 limiteds, and then y'all can race against each other.
I'm good.
You good? You don't want to race against him?
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't put him in the wall? Now, who would you think is the better racer, you or your brother?
Me.
Well, then you wouldn't have to, he'd have to do a whole lot of catching up to you to be able to put you in the wall.
Yeah.
But you can put him in the wall by lapping him.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Hunter Walter about that.
What?
When you get caught up lapping somebody,
It's an eye opener. When you're not expecting it, is Kevin Rickman watching?
no, I hadn't seen him on here.
No.
I haven't seen him on here yet. But Hunter's, he had a big first week of racing out here. He was the star of the show.
The whole truck series. No, we all.
No, but you were the star of the show because you came down there, you'd have nothing on your truck, hardly when you go.
Don't need anything. Just a breeze.
Well, you sure didn't get much past the start finish line on that restart.
I was about to get out of that truck and start running to the finish line because it wouldn't go no more. Well, Ricky Bobby.
So where all have you raced at?
It's a lot. Southern Nationals here, Dominion, Goodyear.
Have you been to? You haven't been to Charlotte and raced there yet?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Citrus.
Oh yeah. That's too.
Went to Florida.
Yeah. Once.
So have you done the big national races? Any of the big national races in the Bandolero?
Yeah, Winter Nationals.
In Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
Okay.
Like 2 races.
So are you gonna do the summer shootout again, or this year? Or are you gonna do?
Yeah, probably the whole season this time.
Oh, that'll be interesting to see you do that. Go down there because there's a lot of good race car drivers down there. A lot of good Bandolero drivers.
Yeah.
So you gotta get in there and you might have to put somebody in the wall, man.
Hey.
Have you ever put anybody in the wall? Intentionally or unintentionally? That's what the next question was.
That's a great question.
Well, since I'm having a hard time getting anything out of you, but I'll see if I give you something, maybe you'll laugh. Anyway, when you won the race a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, I think it was a couple weeks that you won the race.
I don't know.
You were voted the driver of the week.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations. I think I spelled your name right.
He filled that in with colored pencils himself.
Oh, love it. Looks so cool. Ew.
So that and 50 cents ain't gonna get you much.
What?
So what are your plans for racing for the rest of the time? What are your plans?
Win, definitely win more.
Where's your favorite track? Go ahead, you say it.
I don't even know.
Well, you can say Langley. All right, we won't say that.
What?
You can say Langley.
Well, Dominion, since you got the win now.
Yes.
I hate Dominion as a track.
Really?
Yeah.
So, where have you won at other than Dominion?
I don't remember.
Well, she came in first for Bandit.
Yeah. not
Here
with
once,
Dominion.
behind Aiden. I believe, yeah.
Southern National.
And Southern National as well, behind Phoenix.
Oh, okay. What was it like racing against Phoenix Kimball? She seems to be a pace setter in whatever she's racing.
Yeah, she's good at it. She kind of beat me a little bit. Every track I ran with her, she beat me.
And now she's moved up to the Legends series, and I mean she got a win the other night in the Legends. That's pretty big deal. So could we get a little rivalry if she was still at Bando? Can we get a rivalry between the two of y'all?
No.
You can't do that.
Jack's an instigator, big instigator.
Well,
They
because you already
text back and
started.
forth every once in a while.
Her brother's on the phone.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'll
Hello?
talk to him.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, how you doing?
I was listening live, and Addie looks a little tired today.
She don't want to talk too much. What does she do? Is she like that at home?
Sometimes, I don't know, unless we're trash talking back and forth
Yeah.
about who's the better driver for the family is.
Yeah.
Well, she's already said she is, and you ain't even got to hold the candle to her.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to kind of have a trial and
Well, say down the road somewhere, she said that I've heard the rumor that there may be a limited coming pretty soon, so you need to get you one too.
Yeah, I would say it sounds like it. All that trash talking, we gotta definitely prove ourselves.
Now, would you put her in the wall for a win?
Oh, definitely. I mean, not even like second guessing it. Nope, that's definitely what happened.
Would you put him in the wall for a win?
Bro, I wouldn't even hesitate.
Oh,
See, no hesitation.
oh, well, okay. Well, that's a pretty cool deal that do you go to all the races with her?
Yeah, I try to come out to every event I can. Addie does kind of race like literally every weekend, but it's definitely fun. I mean, she's raced all up and down the East Coast, so it's always a good time.
Well, cool. I think it's good that you go out and support her in racing. So I think that's really good.
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you calling in and we appreciate you talking because this other one here doesn't want to talk much.
Yeah, I think someone's gonna have to get her an energy drink or something. Sounds like she's napping.
So I mean, I hope she don't sleep all the time at home. I mean, like she says she sleeps.
She's just a little bit nervous. You gotta get her out of her shell.
Oh, we're gonna keep getting her on here and make it. We're gonna get it out of her eventually.
All right, guys.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, where do you see yourself down the road 10 years from now or 5 years from now? Where would you like to be 5 years from now?
I don't know.
Would you like to be a Hunter Waltrip or?
You're using me as reference.
I mean,
You don't have no body panels.
What?
I mean, he's a hero around here.
No.
He is. He's a hero. Do you know him? Have you met him? Have you met him before? You ever met him before?
Never met.
Oh, okay. Well, don't get a super truck. You might have to make him.
It's a fun class. It really is. I really enjoyed it.
So do you like the bando class? Tell us about all the. I mean, when a kid wins in the bando, we were talking about this a few minutes ago. When the kids win, it seems like everybody sticks together and comes down, and there's nobody arguing and griping with either. Do you have anybody that you argue and gripe with?
I can't really answer that. But yeah,
You can answer it. There's nobody listening.
I can't say names though. I can't say names.
Oh well. Can I say a name for you and see if you? No, I ain't gonna say
No.
it.
Instigating, Jack. You're instigating.
I won't say it. So what was it like to get that first win up at Dominion? I mean, what was it like them last couple laps getting ready to win the race?
I was like freaking out. So I was like, oh my gosh, gotta stay low, gotta stay low. It was getting scary, I guess.
Do you have a spotter?
Yeah.
Who's your spotter?
I have a couple. So my normal one is Bob Hawkins, but if we don't really have him, then I go to Joe White.
You got Bob Hawkins?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. You and Bob Hawkins on the radio together.
Oh, we should tune in. Should listen.
Does he talk trash on the radio?
Yeah, we talk trash back to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he tells me to come at him.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. So, who are your sponsors and everybody that helps you out with the car?
Bro, okay.
Really?
Hey, dude, I need my car to say all of this.
I don't have a picture of your car.
I've done the same thing. First win. Who?
You have to walk around the car and see who sponsors you.
Definitely.
Go get the car, bring it, and we'll pick the blinds, and you just read them all.
I go home. Alcoa Mortgage, Dominion Amusements, Turn 2 Screen Running, Berry Farm Repair, Caroline Moose Lodge, Crab Shack, Love Alex, what did I already say? I don't know.
Start to finish feed is the last one.
Oh yeah, start to finish feed.
All right, now who helps you with your car? Who all works on your car?
Mainly Dad, my race uncle Reggie, My granddad helps too sometimes.
Your race uncle Reggie.
Yeah, he's my race uncle. He's my
Reggie, Alcaraz.
Yeah.
I have a hard time saying his name too. Yeah, he's the one that I contacted to see if I can get you on the show. I didn't know that, you know. I knew he was helping or around you some, so I knew that was.
Yeah, he's my homie. Yeah, he does my car with the vinyl stuff.
Oh, he does it? He does it?
Yeah, he does that stuff.
Now, also you have Kayla Searles helps you out sometimes too, right?
Not much anymore, but like 2021, we were like super close.
Did she do? I thought didn't you say she was out there the other night with him?
What?
Well, Kayla was running the other night, so they weren't together.
Oh, okay.
She
So,
spotted for the lot the first year.
okay. So, Kayla is she a good spotter?
She yells at me to get up on bumpers a lot. But that was 2021. I'm like already on there.
You don't have a problem with riding somebody's bumper now, right?
Nope.
So you just dump anybody that gets in your way?
No, whoa. Whoa.
I'm trying to get her to say something.
You're instigating, Jack.
Whoa.
Now, Bando's is really important to be bumper to bumper at the green.
Yeah.
Clutch engagement, if you're half a car length off, that's it.
Yeah.
So are you looking forward to maybe in a couple of years or a year or so being in a limited and come out here?
Yeah.
Would that be the class of your choice if you were to upgrade?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you come out here and probably dump AYDEN MILLETTE.
Whoa.
I think she would aim for Riley first.
Hey, man.
Well, do you have a thing for Riley too?
What?
Poor girl.
I'm just asking the question. Hey, Roy, what's going on, man? Good to talk to you. I need to get in touch with you too. So,
Button pushed.
uh-oh. Did I say something wrong?
Apparently, Jack.
Ooh.
You never, but.
Oh my goodness. I gotta pick up where Scott left off. I can't just, I got. Ooh, that really got to you. I mean, you're laughing your butt off now. Oh, it's another Riley music for.
Mom said no.
Tears running down her eyes and
There's a
everything.
bunch of people watching. It's not for your fun. No pressure.
I ain't even seen Riley come on here yet.
Bro.
I'd
So-
like to see the Snapchat later.
Scared.
Oh yeah, they Snapchat back and forth.
Oh, they do? So they're, okay, all right. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on you.
Bro.
I'm gonna keep an eye on you when you start hanging around here at the racetrack and I see Riley hanging around. I'll get AYDEN on here. He'll tell me all the scoop. He'll give me all the scoop on all the, all of Riley's girlfriends and stuff.
Getting what? Bro.
Oh,
I'm good.
boy.
I'm good.
All right, well, we appreciate you coming all the way down here. Maybe next time you'll wake up before you get here.
I just got out of school. What do you expect?
Now, do you have to keep good grades up to race? Is that a loaded question too? I mean,
Sure.
all right, I'm gonna ask Mom and Dad, does she have to keep grades up to race?
Absolutely.
Bro.
So if your grades drop, no race car. So that's not
He
good.
wouldn't take that from me.
I don't think I ought to be pointing right now. I don't think I'd say that out loud too much. Anyway, well, we appreciate you coming all the way down here and being here with us. By the time you come on the show 3 or 4 times, I'm gonna have you talking.
Okay.
We're just gonna leave the room and just let's leave you with the camera and just see what happens.
And then, and you can't and you can't say.
I think that's a little too difficult.
Who is Tuggy?
The,
Who is Tuggy? Tuggy's watching.
that's like my homie. You know,
It's not a Riley type.
bro. He's like 9 or something.
Oh, Tuggy.
He's my teammate.
Oh, he's your teammate? Okay.
The one VA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I know who that is. Yeah, okay. So he's your teammate.
Mm-hmm.
So do you all own the car? So,
Three of them.
so do you work, I mean, you own Tuggies too? I mean.
No. So
Whoa.
there's a group of us that work together. There's 4 of us that kind of work together, and because we're small teams, because we travel a lot, so kind of help each other out.
Oh, that's cool. A teammate.
Yeah, one of them's PJ, Kayla's little brother.
Oh, okay. All
That's
right.
when Kayla stepped back. She's focusing more on PJ now.
And Penelope Cox, she's brand new.
She's the 38. Wait, right?
She just started here.
Okay. This is her first year. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I like the turnout they had at the last race, the last Bando race that Braxton won. The car count was unbelievable down there. I was watching on the flow and then cross. Yeah, that was awesome to see.
What did we have that Sunday at Southern National?
What?
13 or 14? I don't know.
No,
12.
we had like 11.
I don't know. It all blends together.
Well, Addison, we appreciate you coming on, and we'll get you back here again real soon and talk to you again.
Okay, thank you.
And I want you to take a piece of paper and write down your sponsors and all that stuff, so you can have that when you come back next
I
time.
already know that.
This is not her.
But anyway, we're gonna get you straight.
Were you this quiet in victory lane?
No.
The adrenaline was going.
That's my home
The
track.
adrenaline was going.
She jumped on the roof.
Jumped on. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess we had to bring the car here and let you jump on the roof, so we everybody see how you move around.
Saying.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming, and hopefully we'll see you again real soon.
Who am I supposed to get?
Do the limbo.
I did it.
Come on, Aiden.
Yeah.
All right. We appreciate it. I know it's a long ways to come, but y'all school on how to talk with me.
That's not her.
All right. Now, boy, I tell you what.
Bye.
Bye.
I can already look like this may be another one here, right?
Wait, I gotta see this.
So, Aiden Mylette, how you like this limited late models you're running this year?
I like it a lot more than Bando. It's a lot of fun. A lot more cars to race against.
What's it like out there with all these guys? All you young guys. You know, being in the same class and everything. I mean, you've all basically grown up together. You've come along the way together. Now all you're here in the limiteds together. What's that like to be out there?
It's a lot of fun to be able to race against them. I raced Cody, Jacob, and Riley. We all raced against each other in bandos a little bit, so it's a lot of fun to be able to race against each other again.
So do you all have? I mean, are you really as friendly as y'all say you are?
I mean, for the most part.
I mean, there's no griping between you?
Some on iRacing sometimes, but
I've heard about the iRacing
I
stuff.
heard about it too. I'm not big on it, but I catch up with it.
So what's your biggest difference between moving up to limited this year? What were some of the things you really had to get used to?
mainly shifting. And I thought that getting closer to the wall was gonna be hard, but it wasn't. Just mainly shifting.
Oh, okay, so you didn't have much experience with the shifting part, huh?
I didn't.
Oh, that's pretty good. Hunter didn't either. So tell us a little bit how you got started in racing.
When I was about 4, me and my dad and his friend, we were watching over here, and there was a bunch of go-karts for sale over there, and I think it was Jaden Rena. We bought one of his old go-karts and started racing.
Oh, okay. So you got one of them. He was pretty good out here in the go-karts and stuff too. He's not bad at the late models he's running now right now either. So got the big race going on down at North Wilkesboro tonight and tomorrow night. That's going to be huge.
Right now, green flag, I think, 7:30 for the late model race.
The ASA late model.
And then cars tours tomorrow, and
the big weekend with the all-star race and everything down there. So what do you want to accomplish in this sport? How far do you want to go in this sport?
As far as we possibly can.
So I mean, do you have it in your mind to say, okay, I want to try to do this by a certain time and get, or are you just going to try to ride it to see, how things materialize?
Just ride it, do as best as I can driving and see where it takes me.
Well, I think you've done a pretty good job so far in the limited. So you got to be excited about, you and Jacob Derrick moving up to the limiteds this year. You guys are right there with Cody and Riley, so that's a good thing. I mean, and got some of them old guys out there too, like Doug Warren and
Paul DeBolt.
Paul DeBolt, yeah. So do you wave at Paul DeBolt when you go by him?
No.
You don't wave at him? Okay. Well, so who are your sponsors for this year?
The main sponsor is Corbin's Plumbing, got Tent World, Full Throttle Lawn Care, Craft Machine, and 64 Roofing.
So this is your car, your family's car and everything. So who all helps you with it, and where you get your motors and stuff from?
Oh, we bought one of Justin Carroll's old late models. He helped us a lot when we first got into it, helping us get everything ready for the limited. And Rayvon Clark does our motors. And these past few races, Kyle Watts has been out there trying to help us a little bit and spawn for me.
Well, you got a pretty good group of people there helping you out. So did your family race? Did your dad race, or any of those people race? Or are you the first in the line to race?
My dad's cousin, he used to race go-karts out here. That's really it.
So where was your infatuation with it? I mean, a lot of people get infatuated with something because, let's say, their dad did it, or in Hunter's case, your dad raced too. I mean, he raced the same thing. And
I would have never been in the sport without, that influence, but it comes from somewhere.
I really don't know. We just came out here. My favorite driver back then was Nick Smith, so came here and watched him every week as we race.
So it started out as like a fan type thing, and then grew up from there. Okay.
that's cool that you've got the opportunity to. How much does iRacing help you with your opportunity to race?
With the shifting wise, if you actually put it to the settings to where you actually have to manually do everything, it helps a lot.
So how often do you do the simulator, what the sim racing or whatever you want to call it?
Every day.
iRacing. You do it every day? Wow. Oh, that'd be cool. I wish I could find me one that I could play with sometimes too.
I go play with Nevaeh Edwards and Billy Smith and all that. I don't have my own. I go tear their stuff up.
Yeah, we get on there and get on March nerves all the time.
I tried it like once or twice with rebound with the wheel and stuff. It's not obviously 100%, but it's helps. Like I guarantee, like if you were to have it during the winter time, it'll keep you dusted off at least.
That was going to be. I've talked to a lot of guys down in Charlotte that, the big teams, they go to the simulator at least once a week to prepare for the race before. Do you have Langley on your simulator to where you can go and do a lot of laps at Langley?
Yeah.
So how much time do you spend doing that? I mean, do you practice that a lot as far as?
I mean, we really just get on there and race anywhere, just for fun.
So is it like a league that you're?
Sometimes we run. I know me and Jacob we used to run a league, but mainly me, Jacob, and Riley, and sometimes Cody get on there and just go for fun.
So if somebody old like Hunter comes on there, y'all probably just dust him.
I don't know.
Probably just talk trash and wreck me and everything.
Definitely talk trash more. And Nevaeh's dad, he gets on there. We're always talking trash to him.
Little Mac.
I bet he's fun to have out there doing that with.
Rain delay at North Wilkesboro, Andre just said.
They had rain earlier today, but did you see earlier today that when they were practicing, the track started coming up. There was some the track was breaking up and it was actually, it had damaged a couple cars
Well, they've been run on since,
way back.
because they said we want all the, do everything to refurbish it and everything except leave the racetrack alone. So I mean, I can kind of see that happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are they gonna do, like quick patches in the meantime?
That's what they say. They've been out there trying to do something to keep, at least get it to they can race this week.
I mean, them cars get on the gas hard enough and the same exact spot, and they pull up a chunk big enough, they're gonna have to stop the race, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Really?
It's, yeah, not there, but at another track, they were knocking chunks out. And
I'm excited for it. I've been watching like the pictures, I watched the Flow documentaries on everything they're doing. That's awesome.
I think it's really fun to see that. I know you'd like to have an opportunity to go down there and race with them guys with you.
It'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, it's the involvement with Dale Jr. and all them getting involved with all this cars tour and everything else.
And the dedication of all the volunteers.
And
is
then bringing
unreal.
Wilkesboro back. I mean, that's huge. So, where would be your place that you would like to go race one time? Just to say you raced there one time.
Like a track or in a car?
A track. Racetrack. I mean, where would you?
Probably North Wilkesboro. That'd be a really fun track.
That seems to be the new thing. How about Bristol on the dirt?
That would be interesting.
Have you ever run anything on dirt?
No, I was gonna race go-karts on dirt, but we bought a Bando instead.
Well, dirt's different, completely different mindset with a dirt car. And
Dad said dirt's for farming, asphalt's for racing.
well,
He's probably typing that as I said it.
well, I have to disagree with that in a way because I love dirt more than I did asphalt when I was racing. So, and don't start. And I know Scott's probably watching this somewhere. I don't want to hear none of his comments, but anyway. So, what's your theory for the rest of the year? You gonna run here all the time? Are you gonna go anywhere else to race any?
Just see how their season goes. I want to go race somewhere else. So if I keep doing good here and not tear up the car like the first race, we might go somewhere else.
I made you tear up the first race.
How far I couldn't finish.
Oh, okay. So you pulled a Hunter Waltrip, didn't you?
Yeah, I need to get a lot better at qualifying. Qualified in the back, and they wrecked. I knew where to go.
So, is it really, really fun now to be in that limited and compared to the Bandos and be out there with these guys? I mean, it's almost like being in a regular late model. I mean,
It's not as hard as I expected it to be.
It's pretty cool. Now, we're gonna try to start a rivalry here. You want to start a rivalry? I think you and Jacob Derrick need to have it. I think y'all. I tried to start it with Brandy last week, and she sat over and she was sitting over there, and she tried to be, on her best behavior. So I was trying to start something, and I couldn't get it. So, would you dump Jacob for a win?
No, I don't think I'd dump him.
You done lost me already.
I might try to move him, but I ain't gonna wreck nobody. At least not intentionally.
Well, anyway, a couple weeks ago, this was a couple weeks before that, before you were voted driver of the week. So, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So, we need to see you get more of those.
Yeah.
And wins and everything else.
Try.
So, want to see you do really well. So, congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you back here real soon. Get you back on here again.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate
Good
it.
luck in the limited series.
Thank you.
She told me to be nice. Yeah, Aaron, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be like Brandy Marshall, trying to be real nice. Andre Grier, I really liked you until tonight. But anyway.
Starting parked out.
All right. We got Hunter Waltrip. We're going to finish this show up with Hunter. Man, I'm going to tell you something. You winning that race the other night I felt really good for you. I mean, because
Appreciate
that
it.
had to be a real special,
It was.
a special win for you.
Yeah, that one. I mean, they all are. I mean, you always, try to go out and win every single time, but that one was I got to. I mean, because he was so important to me, and the whole family. Every time he knew Monday night was shop night, so he had his own little long recliner chair in our shop, and he'd just sit there and watch us work and point with his cane at, "Oh, fix that dent, fix that dent," So he was awesome. He got, my dad into racing. We got for his funeral, we found a lot of old pictures, and my favorite picture that I found was my grandpa down in the pits out here with his old trucker cap, cigar hanging out of his mouth, just all big and bad, and then my dad and my uncle right beside him, right that up against a sprint cart. I mean, it was really cool to see.
Well, I know you told me over at the drivers meeting, before the drivers meeting, that, this one would be special. If
Yeah.
you could get the win. This would be a
Absolutely.
special one.
And on top of that, what made it even more special was Bill Mullis went to his funeral on Saturday, which was race day. Y'all were racing here, and he was at the funeral, and which we didn't expect at all. And it meant a lot to see him there. And on top of that, the next Saturday when I won, my grandma came. She hadn't been to a race since my dad raced, and he set her up in a skybox up here to where she could watch, my first race since he's been gone. And that was like, it's just one of those, all the stars aligned perfectly, and it meant the world to me. So I really got to thank Bill Mullis a lot for that, because little things like that go a long way.
See, a lot of people don't understand that Bill does own this track, but he means a lot more than just owning this racetrack. To a lot of people, and me included, because he's always there. You always get up. He always comes and talks to you, speaks to you, whatever.
Very personal.
And you always feel like you're part of the group.
Mhm.
And like I told him one time before, I said, I really, really feel like I'm part of the family here, because he makes us feel so special here. And for him to come to that funeral, that had to be.
Oh, that was huge, because we were all in the middle of just mourning and just upset. And my dad said, "Bill Mullis is here." I said, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "He's right over there." I mean, it was a big shock, and it was a big sense of happiness, because I know I talked about it in my championship speech, that this is kind of like a new family to me. I got my family, I got my friends outside of racing, but racing family is huge. I mean, I have so many people I can call, and that can call me at 2:00 in the morning that I would have known from Adam if it wasn't for this racetrack.
Right.
And then we'd be there to do each other, help each other out,
It's amazing to me that this racetrack, the guys will be out here and they're fierce competitors with each other. But when it all push comes to shove, they're always willing to help. They're always there to help you if you need it. You're always,
And that's the cool thing about the truck series is we're all
I
pretty
mean,
much hands
y'all,
on.
most of y'all are real good friends.
We're pretty
Even with Rick Powell.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's all here watching.
I mean,
All right, he just said they should make the rest of the season. Awesome, buddy. Like Jacob Carr, I was washing the house today, and he happened to be driving in the same neighborhood as me, stopped and got out, and I'm up on a ladder spraying the house. "What are you doing?" It's like, "What are you doing?" We talked for 5 minutes or so, and he checked up on me, made sure I was going to be clear to race this weekend, and I am. So.
well, that's good. I was kind of worried about you too, because
I was too, because I don't do hospitals. That scared me.
What did it come out of the clear blue sky? I mean,
Sunday night, we won Saturday. Sunday, we were just watching the NASCAR race, and I just felt not something different. It just sharp pain in my stomach. So I took a couple Pepto and didn't think nothing of it. Kind of just made a strong liquor drink, went to bed, and the next morning it was just tear-jerking pain. I drove myself to the doctor. I found the nearest one that opened up the earliest, canceled all my appointments that day, and drove to the nearest doctor. And they did some tests, and they were like, "You need to go get surgery right now." It says your appendix ruptured. I said, "Oh, that's not good." So I called Dad. I said, "Hey, can you take me to the hospital? Because they're calling an ambulance, and I'm not paying for that." so Dad came and picked me up from the doctor's office, took me to the ER, and got my appendix taken out. But truck's lighter now. I ain't got no appendix.
well, yeah.
But yeah, and it was really cool. When I posted, the update of what was going on, everybody 90% of it was my racing family. You know, thoughts and prayers and everything. That's just another thing that just makes you got to feel so good about something like that. All the people coming together and supporting everybody.
Same thing for me when my mother passed away a couple weeks ago. I probably heard from more people here, and some people that probably I haven't no more than just spoke to along the way. I mean, you know, but a lot of them expressed their condolences to me. It's really cool that they would do something. People take time to do stuff.
Same thing with my I mean, people, I recognize the name from the track, but I've never spoke to them before, was reaching out, condolences and all that. And, you know, it's just little stuff like that, man, that just makes a big difference. And it makes coming here just that much better. Because I know Saturdays when I come here, whether I'm racing or spectating, this is like my second home. And I'm going to have a great time and see some really good people.
Now, season didn't start off so good for you this year.
No, I forgot.
Oh, you forgot about it?
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
I mean, you know,
call that a blooper.
If it hadn't been for Rick Powell, you'd probably been good.
No. I was just one of those. I watched it a bunch of times, and it's just.
All right, I'm trying to start something here. You're not helping me.
You ain't gonna get me to just say nothing.
Well, he was talking about you when you were on here.
That's fine. That doesn't mean I gotta say nothing. I try to get along with it. I race everybody like they race me. And that's the way Dad taught me. That's the way I'm gonna do it. And that's the way I'm gonna teach my boy one day if I have one. You know.
But you know, it's really cool watching the truck. You guys in the truck series. I mean, that is highly competitive. Every race.
Yep.
And who would ever thought that Jacob Carr coming back out here would win the first race
with a cone under his axle?
I saw that.
You saw that?
I forgot about that. Yeah. But who would have thought he'd have won that first race? I mean, of course, all y'all couldn't have done it because didn't make it through that last lap down there. But that was, you know, who would have thought he would have done that? And that's just another person that's going to be tough for you guys this year.
Yeah, I talked to him today. Like I said, on that job, he pulled up and we were chit chatting for a while. He was updating me on what he was doing. You know, we talked about the race, and I said, yeah, on the starts, you know, you couldn't really stay on. He said, I just got, you know, some low end torque issues. They're going to solve that. They're fixing that. So I mean, everybody's taking notes and getting better each weekend. You can't sleep on nobody.
Well, you know, the 8 truck. Gosh, can't think of his name now.
Chris Roberts?
Yeah, Chris Roberts. I mean, you know, he's always up front and running good. And I think you begin to catch him now. So it's, you two guys are really there. But you can't count Rick Faust out. You can't count Jacob Carr out. Those guys
when everyone gets their stuff together, it's gonna be a great couple races. I mean, we got a pretty good mutual agreement. We all, you know, don't rough me up, I won't rough you up, but I mean, you want to bump, we'll bump. It's fine. I mean, and everyone's got the stipulation of me and Chris have issues, but we don't. We're pretty tight. We shake hands after the race. The first one, I told him how he was driving. I didn't like it. He told me what I did that he didn't like. Cool. Shook hands. See you next race. You know, that's how I like it to be. I don't like.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it doesn't help.
We have a friendly rivalry, I'd say. You know what I mean?
You don't want to start no wars out there like that.
There's no point in fighting or, you know, trash talking and whatnot. I mean, because, I don't know. I see a lot of kids looking up to us, and you got to respect that, and also sponsors. My sponsors don't want to see me getting in fights down there.
Yeah, sponsors, it's a good thing that the sponsors will, you know, that makes you see the importance of what you're doing there, be able to have people that support you. You don't want to let them down.
No, absolutely.
You don't want that to happen. So
yeah.
And like you said with the kids, I mean, my grandson, he thinks that Rick Powell is a hero. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but he does. And
he is.
Well, he is. I'll say it. I'm gonna say it. But I mean, my grandson thinks he's the greatest thing in the world because and every week it's how did Rick do? How did Rick do? And or he'll be flipping through his phone trying to find out what was going on.
That's awesome.
And Rick talks to him. They talk back and forth, and that means a lot to him. Just, you know, he'll go, hey, Papa, Rick called. I talked to Rick today on Facebook or whatever. I thought that was really cool.
Just make a kid's day, and I love doing that as well. You know, that was me. You know, 15 years ago or so when I was in the stands.
Yeah.
You know, that was me. So I want to be a good, you know.
So how's your pressure washing business going?
Yeah, crazy. When I was in the hospital, I had my dad, my grandma, I said, call these customers. I was on morphine. I couldn't talk to nobody but the nurses, and they're mad, but it's fine.
I saw that. I saw that part.
You think I'm bad like this? Oof. But anyway, I had them call all my clients, customers, say, we got to reschedule. This happened. So now I'm back scheduled a couple weeks. I'm about a month out, which is good. It's a good problem to have. I just hired a kid. I hired a kid a couple days ago. He's working out pretty good. Going to try to show him everything that I know as far as the business and see if he could run it, the rig by himself to where I can be out doing the meetings, the conferences, the estimates, the everything. It's hard to do everything by yourself, and having the surgery kind of like something telling me to slow down. But
yeah, it gets to a point sometimes where you feel like I better back that down just a little bit.
Yeah, and I hate to, 'cause I don't want to lose money or business and all, but I got medical bills, so I can't stop.
Tell me about it. I know all about those medical bills. But anyway, well, I'll tell you what, the super trucks here at Langley are unbelievable. And I was tickled to death to see you win the other night.
I appreciate
that was huge. I was sitting up here and I kept thinking, yeah, like you said, the stars aligned for you to get that win.
We did everything we could. My crew chief told me 25 qualify laps, nothing less. He said, I'm going to be watching race mine. If you sandbag or save your tires, I'm going to slap you when you get out of that truck. He said, I want 25 qualify laps. I said, okay. That's what we did.
But, to me, it sounded like you had that thing on the rail that night.
We at first, I had a jetting issue. It wanted to blubber and kind of stumble on acceleration for the first couple practices. And then we made a last minute jet change because I was seeing what the temperature and the barometric pressure would have been at race time. And I said, let's throw this in there, see if it kind of does. And response came back, and it was perfect. It's just one of those, like, I can't write down exactly what we did to do it again, because that's going to change. The track's going to change. Humidity's going to change. Grip's going to change. If it rains, you can't. Yeah. That's what a good crew chief's for. They can take all that into consideration.
So who is your crew chief?
Mark Sly.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't like being announced, but he's old school.
But think about it. His name's been around here for years. So
yeah, and that's why he says he don't want me saying it. He said, I made a bad reputation when I was younger. He was a hothead, but he's awesome, man. He's taught me so much, just out of the truck theory, when and why, slow down to go faster. Just little stuff that if you add it all up, some things kind of make sense.
And that's the big thing with Riley Music. He's learned to slow down, save his equipment until it's time to go.
He's got a great mentor too.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. So I think that's really huge that you have somebody like that to be able to.
Absolutely. He's shown me things like backwards from what you would think would work. And he sits down and explains, this is what we're doing, here's why we're going to do it. Here's what we're going to do if you were to adjust this. Here's what the truck's going to feel like. That's awesome to have, because I can relay information back to him as far as it's doing this here at this time when I'm doing this. And then
well, it's good somebody that can help you with that and let you know what it's going to do.
It took a while to get our communication down. It was just like a cold trickle, and it's what it felt like at first, because I don't know setups. All I know is engines. I'm learning. So.
All right, Peggy, love you too. I hope to see you soon. Well, Hunter, I appreciate you coming out and being here with us tonight.
On time.
It's been I've been waiting for you a while,
Things come up,
That's true.
I appreciate you having me, man.
And I appreciate you sitting in here and try to help me get Addison to talk.
I know you kept looking at me. Say something.
I was thinking, maybe you can persuade her to talk something.
I get nervous
but
too.
she's first time she's ever done that, so
right.
It's a pretty cool deal that she.
Well, that's another thing about you is you like to get these kids exposure and all these people who.
I love
what you do. I love how you do it, and
I love the kids.
All us drivers are really, proud to have you here. Exposing everybody.
I even like Rick Powell. I mean, you know.
And causing rivalries, Jack. Qualifying rained out. Hope they can get the race in.
Gosh knows, 52 cars showed up for the ASA race, and it rained the qualifying out. That's gonna be tough to decide who's gonna be in that race. Anyway, that's our show for tonight. Please keep Scott in your thoughts. I know he's got an emergency at home with his one of his family members, and he couldn't be here tonight. So let's keep him in our thoughts, and hopefully he'll be back with us next week, and we'll be back to normal. It's kind of weird not having Scott here sometimes. I mean, you know, it's good to have Hunter come over here. And
because who would you talk to if I didn't show up?
I'd be sitting here right.
It hurts to laugh. All right.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're the pending hole.
Yeah, they poked all kinds of holes in there.
So anyway, all right. Well, that's our show for tonight. We will see you again next week. Right now, I have a couple people pending for next week. I don't know for sure. They're kind of like Hunter. I got to wait to see how things are going to go between now and then. So that's what I had to do with Hunter one week, make sure he was going to be here.
3 weeks later, here we are.
So anyway, all right. Well, that's our show for tonight. Please tune in and watch our shows from now on, from the rest of the season. And please like and share on Facebook. And we'll be talking to you again real soon. Good night.